Hello, everyone. What is going on? James here, and welcome back to the return of the Banterous Hour. After I have been sailing to a few countries, I'm now back in the UK.
He's been on the port bow.
Yeah, I've been on the poop deck, running around the cockpit and then jumping on the poop deck and making people walk the plank who had scurvy. So it was a good laugh.
My heart is there's a guy on the port bow. What?
I genuinely thought you were going to say what that meme said there.
No, I'm not going to say that.
I would have ended the podcast there and then. Fortunately, you didn't.
Unfortunately,
I said, no, fortunately, you didn't say it.
Yeah, and I said unfortunately.
Oh shit! So you wish you'd said it. Brilliant.
Nah, I can't be cancelled tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, you said you wouldn't care if you got cancelled. You just deal with it and say, "I'll give you all a real reason to cancel me."
Oh yeah. See, if I got cancelled, then what's stopping me from saying everything else in the book?
Well, yeah, you could just get banned off YouTube though and thrown in prison for saying naughty things.
Oh well, I've got Keir Starmer in charge. I haven't forgot about that.
No, but it was like that before he was in charge anyway, George. Not as bad as it is now, but like
not as bad as it is now.
If you just went round saying horrendous things, you'd still get thrown in prison years ago. Ever since 2010, ever since brought in the.
People are getting in trouble just to put their own flag up.
I know, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it, man? I mean, imagine if I don't know, someone just rolled up to like bloody China or India or Taiwan or the UAE or Romania and just said, "Yeah, you can't display your flags. Get them down. The locals, well, the natives there will go ballistic. They bloody tell you to do one and go mad.
I've seen so many flags up around by us.
Yeah,
so many.
I mean, coming back from Southampton, I couldn't believe how many flags are in Southampton. I was thinking, well, fair play to you,
That is brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very cool. But yeah, I think, and something that I found reassuring about going to Spain and Portugal, and when I went to Italy last year, there's a lot more patriotism, at least where I've been anyway, like Lanzarote, Cadiz, Tenerife, La Palma. There's a fair few Spanish flags up, but obviously
yes,
in England,
because the people in charge actually respect their country, unlike our ones in charge.
Well, the current Spanish government is a bit iffy, but the Portuguese government seem pretty cool. But yeah, I guess it's just that they're not as crazy as this country, where it's like if you put a flag up, you're just a dummy. You can't put your flag up. But it's funny how obviously in Scotland and Wales you are allowed to be patriotic if you're Scottish or Welsh. But obviously in England, if you put an England flag up, you're just seen as some skinhead moron, and it's like, well, shouldn't you be proud of your native culture? I don't know. I'd advise any country be proud of their native culture. So what's wrong with English people having English flags, or anyone who lives here having an English flag? What's the problem?
Well, it's because it might offend our little friends that are coming over. That's why.
No comment on that. I guess we might as well jump into the film. So this podcast is basically each of us are picking 2 films each for each one of us for the other 2 to review. So George has picked 2 films for this podcast, and me and Liam have watched them, and obviously George has already watched them. They're cold turkey films, so I've never seen either of these films before, and I'm pretty sure Liam hasn't seen the films either. So let's get into it then. 17 again. So at the start of the film, at the start of the film, it's just Zac Efron playing basketball. No, it's before that. He's just arsing around with his team, and then his coach is saying, "You can get a scholarship, son. Just get a scholarship. You're so skilled at basketball, man." And then he's like, "Yeah, coach, I'm very good, aren't I?" So after that, and obviously he's like, I got the most beautiful girlfriend in the world, man. To his little mate Ned. The bloke who played teenage Ned, he didn't look like he should have been in high school at all. He looked like he was in brilliant. He should have been in elementary school.
I think that's the joke.
Anyway, he's playing basketball, and then his missus rolls up to him and tells him something. He's struggling to play the game. Like, I wonder what she told him. I thought, damn, she must have told him she's pregnant or something. That's what she told him. Well, I thought either she's broke up with him or she's pregnant, and I thought it was probably because she's pregnant. And yeah, he rolls up to her, runs over to her, and she's like, no, go back and play your game. And he's like, no, this baby's my life now. And she's like, all right then. But then we fast forward to years later, and I took a bit of issue with this in the film. We fast forward to years and years later where you just see him very fed up and down, having a bit of a midlife crisis at Ned's house. And then he's like, oh, your family didn't want anything to do with you, and it's like, damn, like he chose the right thing. He chose family over scholarship, and the film's just treating him like he's like he's Calmuck. Oh, what's that all about? Goodness gracious. And I thought, this is bloody annoying. And then he goes to work, and I did find it funny seeing Matt Perry fed up in the lift, like, I don't know why that just made me laugh. I was just like, what's going on? And all his colleagues are just hyperactive ladies, and then one gaffer who clearly enjoys those ladies' companies. Enjoys those ladies being company for him. And then a lady gets promoted, and he's like, well, you should have promoted me. And he's like, well, tough tits. And then he's in the lift very down again. So anyway, I feel like the way the intro was done, I'm like, bro, what's going on? Like, he does the right thing, and then he's being treated like rubbish for it. And I get that we're meant to see him want to be 17 again, but it's not really. I don't know. When he turns 17, it doesn't seem like he actually wants it. It just seems like something that happened. He's happy with how physically agile he is, but he doesn't seem like that happy with everything else. He's a bit like, well, what's going on? So all I'll say is I wish that we'd started off the film with him having a midlife crisis where he's arguing with his wife saying, I could have been so much more, like you hold me back, the kids held me back, la 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 la. So you're not rooting for him. So he doesn't seem like a cool guy. Then he gets kicked out the house and moves in with his mate. And then we rewind to when he was more of a happy, chappy bloke. He says, I want the kids to be in my life now. Then it fast forwards to the future again. So then it makes more sense in the intro why you sort of aren't rooting for him, and you can laugh at his downfall a little bit.
Well, I think you are rooting for him. I think that's the whole point. He's down on his luck. He's tried to do everything to save his marriage, and it's not worked out.
No, but the point is he's getting kicked while he's down, even though he does the right thing. And I get that we're rooting for him. I get your point. But, like, I don't know, I just feel like it would have been, we see him do the right thing at the start, and then, it just fast forwards to his relationship falling apart, and we don't see what happens in the middle. It's just not, I just wish we'd had more explanation or more context, because it just felt like you were sort of slapped in the face as a viewer. You were just, like, thrown into something mad, which didn't really fit the intro's tone. It doesn't ruin anything. I just wish they'd done it a bit differently. I'm not saying I don't know, it would have just made more sense, Rob. I know afterwards she says, oh, well, the reason I broke up with you is because you're holding me back. But I don't know. I'm sorry because you thought I was holding you back. But I don't know. Yeah, I just would have preferred it if they'd done it like that. But what did you guys think of the intro then? Oh, George has left.
I mean, I thought it was fine, I suppose. I thought, I don't know, I thought it worked, really. I can understand where you're coming from. Maybe that might have improved the film, I don't know. But, I don't know, I suppose it's a comedy as well, so I don't know, I'm just thinking about the fact that he's, like George said, he's down on his luck and nothing's going his way, and then you've got him unhappy while everyone else is happy, and I guess that's sort of, I don't know, part of the comedy, but in a way. But I was going to say though, he does go back to his school and look at the photo of the basketball team.
Oh yeah,
with him in the photo.
That's a good point.
And so I think he does we do see that he'd rather be back there. He does yearn to go back to those days. Because he said, I think, to the janitor, didn't he, that it was better back then or whatever when he was talking to him. And then I suppose the janitor, does he say like he can show him or?
I think he says,
get him to.
"Wouldn't you like a chance to do it all again?" or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so yeah, and of course he follows him, doesn't he? And that's where it starts. So yeah, I don't know. I suppose. I mean, I suppose you can argue maybe it could have been more developed, maybe, but we could have seen more. But I mean, I suppose I think it's fine. I guess it's fine.
Well, I think really though the reason why we didn't get more Matt Perry or more context is because they just had him in because he was famous from Friends and he probably was just doing it for a bit of pocket money. Like I think at that point in his life, things weren't going very well after Friends. I think he just wasn't doing well, so he probably wasn't really in a fit state to act for a lot of the film. I reckon he still did an all right job. I thought he just he did okay. The thing is though, he played Benny in Fallout really well in 2010, so. This was 2009, so I don't know. Maybe there's less pressure because that was just a voice acting role. But in this film, I wouldn't say he acted bad. He acted all right, but obviously this is more of a Zac Efron film. It's more about his journey.
Yes.
Matt Perry only shows up at the start and then at the very end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I forget the person who plays his wife now. Can one of you check that for me? I forget her name.
The actress or like the character?
The actress.
Oh, Leslie Mann.
I think she did really well. I think she's one of the biggest highlights of the film.
Yeah, I think she did a pretty all right job at playing. What's her name?
Scarlett. That's it.
Yeah, I think she did a all right job at it. I think her and Zac Efron acted really well. I think everyone acted all right, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think she did a good job with, getting sort of being conflicted and not wanting to give Mike another chance, and wanting to get through the divorce. I think her character arc is all right.
So I always find it funny. When she basically got the branch shredder. And she just chucking everything in there.
Yeah. That was pretty funny. I guess after that, though, he goes back to Ned's when he he falls into the sea and then into a whirlpool and goes, "Ah!" And then he's 17 again. And it's a funny reveal how, even though from the title it's about him turning 17 again, it's a funny reveal how he's, showering himself and then Ned comes in and goes, "You robber!" Ah! And then they have an interesting fight, and I suppose that was a fun action sequence. I think that was
I bet you two creamed yourself when the lightsabers came out.
You wish.
George. I need to address something because I've had enough of this. Everyone thinks I'm a bloody Star Wars geek and I only love Star Wars and that I don't watch anything else, that my life Star Wars and all this nonsense. Like, George, Liam and former member of the squad, Ben, know way more about Star Wars than me. I watch all sorts of things, George. I watch all sorts of classic films and have different interests. I'm not just a Star Wars geek who bloody spunks himself when the lightsabers start clashing, you bloody cretin.
How long has that been building up inside?
Well, no, I just thought I'd get it out there because I try and tell people.
I'm just imagining you. I know. I'm not that much of a Star Wars geek.
No, but the thing is, I try and tell people about Star Wars, how it's such an amazing trilogy and all this stuff, the original trilogy. And then people act like I love every single thing about it and I love every film and every show. And I sit there looking at the screen, watching the latest Star Wars. I just think, I'm done with Star Wars after Andor, man. But just so this George, if George worked at my work, he'd be laughing at this. my mate Johnny B at work, this bald dude in his mid-40s, I was trying to tell him about Star Wars because it's a good film. And then he started going, oh, it's rubbish, mate. I'm like, yeah, but you like Marvel, and a lot of that is just boring, mate. Like, a lot of that is just like tat. Not all of it, but a fair bit of it is like has not reached anywhere near the height of Star Wars. And it's just the same story beats over and over again. As much as I like some of the Marvel films, I was like, bro, if you should properly pay attention to Star Wars. And he's like, no, all it is I am your father. I will kill you. I am your father. I will kill you. And I was like, no, Star Wars is not that. Star Wars is more. No, there's this thing happening. And kept going, I will kill you. I am your father. I was thinking, George is loving it. Oh, yeah.
I didn't say, yeah, Dalek. More Doctor Who than Star Wars.
So I was thinking, if that's all Star
It was rage-baiting so hard.
Yeah, I was honestly tempted to say, I don't know the politically correct term. You are, well, you know what the next word is. Really ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thought, no, he's just being
restarted. That's what people say now. That they're restarted.
Oh, okay.
So,
I don't know how many times you really restarted your system, George, with your antics, but
that's probably about 152 at this point.
Fair play to you. Yeah. Anyway, so after that, brilliant. I mean, I don't know how if Liam. I don't think Liam just creams himself when lightsabers come on the screen. They're like, you know, at the end of the day, I feel like more has to happen to get like a proper.
Well, James, you know what happens first?
What? Oh.
There's a classic one of a podcast bit.
Yeah, I'm trying not to laugh. Trying so hard not to.
It's so hard, isn't it? So hard.
Yeah. This is like a serious try not to laugh challenge, like one of those.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back down that hole again, that rabbit hole of yes, no, yes, Obi-Wan Kenobi, yes, no. You know, I want to try and be a bit more sensible. The only way
don't be this degenerate down here.
Because the only reason, because obviously I do a lot of impressions of you, George, but it's because of your edginess. Like if Liam was doing what you were doing, then I probably would be forced to bring back the bloody, you know, Ewan McGregor sausage fight, lightsaber fight, all this nonsense.
Wait! Did you just say fighting each other with sausages?
So what? It was a euphemism because I used to say Liam was interested in.
Are you for what, James? What do you two do together?
No, what I was saying was I used to say that I used to make jokes that Liam was madly in love with Obi-Wan Kenobi. So that was an impression of me ages ago, mocking.
I thought that was just a tweet.
Just a what?
Yeah, I probably that was just a tweet and well now.
Oh, for goodness sake!
Believe what you want to believe.
Anyway, so he goes back to high school. And you think he's going to be like the coolest guy on the block, you know, and eventually he is, and it's nice to see him rise through the high school ranks again. But his dad goes in. Well, his fake dad Ned goes in to try and enroll him, and straight away he wants a piece of the principal. No, I don't blame him, but at this point in the story, I'm like quite annoyed at Ned. I think, like, why is he being such a creep to him, man? Like, why is he trying so hard to this level? I get that's meant to be a comedy, but he's being a creep. Like later on, I thought he was funny with it, how mad he went, like with the limo and the talking Elvish and bloody just like saying, "Look, you need to come with me," and he got her a school bus. Like that bit's funny, but like I think at first he just comes across as a bit of a creep. But I get it's meant to be a joke.
Well, I think it's just because he is a massive nerd, isn't he?
Yeah.
And like you see, his bedroom, right? Anything that could be like the bedroom of all three of us.
Mate, do you see any Star Wars memorabilia?
If you turn the camera that way, yes.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So there is a. I'm not. I might as well. No, I'm not bothered. There's this side of the room. It's very messy.
No, other way. The other way.
The Lego.
Yeah, there's Star Wars Lego in there. I know that for sure.
Yeah, but it's not like Ned level stuff. He's got like bloody £25,000 lightsabers and all that jazz.
Yes, and it's not like I have a big, massive Union Jack Daleks. It's sitting right there.
Well, with you, your stuff is more like action figures. You're not getting like model guns and like a £25,000 bloody Minecraft head and all this stuff.
No.
Liam's got some fancy stuff, but I feel like as long as it's just a nice displayable thing, I feel like it's all right. But if your room is if I had like Star Wars posters everywhere and like loads of Star Wars model action figures, then I'd feel a bit like a Ned, even if I've got big arms. Oh, it's hard to tell from
Yeah.
I've mugged myself off.
Well, you can say you've got Ned Stark muscles.
Ned Stark. Oh yeah, that is a. But to be honest, Game of Thrones is a lot more chatty than geeky. Like I was having this debate at work about Oblivion and Lord of the Rings, and then my gaffer walked up, and then one geezer was saying Lord of the Rings is shite, but then my gaffer walked up and said, "No, it's sick. It's like amazing." And he was going on about this bloke at work who's like quite a chatty, cool guy, and it's like he knows about Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. This bloke called
Can I ask something?
But I guarantee
do you actually work, or do you just talk about like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings?
No, I just sit at home watching hentai all day.
No, that's my job. That's my job.
No, okay. So I actually have told some of your antics at work, and everyone has laughed and been.
Oh
really...
God, no.
I've told
Which
them
ones
about
have you
when
said?
went in the cinema and let one off to the film, and then everyone was laughing.
That is a false story.
No, so it was a lie. Well, you should tell me. You'll have to come to my work. I was just saying, like one of my mates. I've got a code name for you. Don't worry. But yeah, I said he went in a cinema in a city and just let one off because he was the only one in there. And then they were like, "What the hell?" and laughing their heads off. But they think we're one of my mates keeps saying we're slobby degenerates because I said about the show that you put on, the one where that woman and the stepsisters go after the stepbrother and she goes after her stepson. And I said I didn't want to watch it. My mate Liam didn't want to watch it, but GC was keeping it on.
James, you're the one.
My mate was like, "Hold on a second. So you three sat in a room watching this film?" And I went, No. We weren't all looking at the screen like this. I was looking away and Liam was looking away. It was George who was just trying to wind everyone up. And then he was like, "So you all sat in there watching this?" And I'm like, No. So
No. I was covering my eyes and James was like,
for goodness sake. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, he goes mad tangents, but I guess it's been a long while since we've done feels like a long while since all three of us have been here in the same podcast. But yeah, so after that, he's in high school, he's working his way up the ranks, he mugs off one of the bullies by just chatting crap to him, and then his son.
Oh, I love that scene.
Yeah, when he just says you're either one of three things. You're either a woman deep down, or you got a small willy. And he said something else as well.
And he's just tricking him with the ball.
Yeah. And it makes sense as well how he wasn't really that good at fighting the blonde bully guy, to be honest, because he was never much of a fighter. He was just a cool guy, so he's not going to know what he's doing. Then what happens after that? Oh yeah, so he's quite annoyed as well that what's her face? His daughter is with the blonde bloke.
Yeah.
He's like, "No, what are you doing? Why are you with such a jerk like this guy?" And then he's trying to help his son get with the woman he likes, which is pretty cool. And obviously he's trying to get back with his wife. Is it who is wanting to divorce him? So that's what the journey's about. It's about him helping his kids out and being there for them more and focusing on their lives rather than him just having regret about the past and the scholarship and trying to be there for his wife more.
See, I like how she does recognise him as a husband when he was young. As she all right as she's touching his face. That's you don't really like it, like really like similarly.
Yeah, and she's grabbing his face and all that. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
What else happens after that? I guess it's just sort of like a bit of a coming of age story, really, except like a reverse version, and he's just trying to help his family out and right the wrongs and all that stuff. I mean, what do you think of the midsection of the film, Liam?
I mean, there's some. Well, I suppose there's some somewhat decent stuff in there. I mean, I suppose it was good, like that scene where he's like humiliating the bully, the blonde-haired one. But it's I think George has just died. Anyway, so I suppose that's what was good about that scene. I suppose was yeah. There we go, confirmed. Yeah, but no, I suppose because he was sort of humiliated him, but it was not maybe in the way you might expect. I guess he was he was I don't know. I suppose he did it in a more sort of intelligent way. And I mean, I don't know. I suppose some of it was okay. I didn't find a lot of it funny, even though it's funny. But like I say, a lot of that was sort of okay, nothing special. But again, like a few bits here and there, I suppose, where so certain scenes were sort of a bit better, but I don't know. I don't know what else to say, really.
Fair enough. So we get to a bit where they go to Ned's house for a party, and he's trying to help his son get with that lady, and I guess I think he's trying to keep an eye on his daughter as well. It's interesting as well how his daughter ends up fancying him, which was a bit mad. I was like, this is taking a turn for a bit of a strange one. But and then she thinks he's gay because he's like, I'm confused. He's like, no, I'm not gay. I just don't want to be with you. And she's like, arr! And he's like, I've already got a missus. And she's like, arr! She's really I love it's every had 6 views and it's just gone down to 1 after I went arr.
Oh god.
Well, obviously it's a lot more appealing and nicer when. Well, actually, no, it's not nicer when she's doing it because she's doing it to her dad. Like that's disgusting. Actually, it's probably better that I'm doing it as an impression because that's just that she's doing it to her own family, even though she doesn't know she is. That actress as well, Michelle.
Was it Trachtenberg or whatever?
She died. I was like, I was looking at all the actors who've been in it. And I was like, well, she died in 2024. I was like, what the hell? How did that happen? And I clicked on it, and it's real sad, to be honest, because she had this operation, and then she started feeling quite ill, and she didn't have an autopsy, so they're not entirely sure like how she died. Because obviously, because she's Jewish, she didn't. Her family objected to an autopsy, and they just reckon it was just diabetes and side effect of having an organ transplant. It's just sad, man. I know she was 39, but like, it's just like, man.
Well, it's just very young age to pass away, isn't it? Yeah.
It's just a kick in the balls. It's just horrible, seeing like these people who just die really young. It's like, man, tragic. And George, I know you put in the I'm saving that girl. Yeah, that'll look mad for no context. That'll look absolutely ballistic. Anyway, I love how as well in some of your videos, Liam, where I'm going denied and whoa, 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 and all this madness. I think, when did I ever say that? When did I ever? When did I ever go whoa and like whippy all this madness? I think, when did I ever do this?
May have only been once, but you did it.
But I've just created loads more no context moments just then. And George, I know you just put Jewish in the private chat. I don't know if other faiths are against autopsies. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure if they are or not. but I just said Jewish because that's what it says on the Wikipedia, Jewish. Oh yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the midsection's pretty interesting. You know, he tries to get back with his ex-wife again, who's like 20 years older than him now because he's 17 again. I've got no idea if I saw what you put in the private chat again. I don't know, you know, if Christians. Well, obviously I'm a Christian, but I'm not sure if autopsies are okay or like what Muslims do, if they're okay with autopsies or not, or Hindus or
but they're not going to do that to themselves, are they?
Well, you can't do an autopsy on yourself. What are you on about? You can't cut yourself open after you're dead, you moron.
I know that, but I'm guessing the ones that do cut you open wouldn't do it that way. That I'll put in the chat.
George, you idiot. You idiots. You have to try and bloody leave pieces. Basically, this is what the podcast. This is why I haven't done podcasts with George on too much. Like, I've just wanted to get him out the way, do some with him because I know I'm not going to get in trouble and he's not going to tell some stupid joke that'll get me in trouble. Basically, when George is on the podcast, a lot of time, what he does, it's basically like he's flew into my house. He's took a big poo on the keyboard and then flew away, and I've got to clean up the mess. That's what it is. Every time he's on the podcast, every time. And he doesn't do it, like I said, I know I'll say so over and over again, but every time he makes an edgy joke, and I'm going to keep saying it, he does not. He has the ball. No, sorry. He doesn't have the balls to do it on his own channel, but he'll leave poo and shit and throw poo at my wall for me to clean up on my podcast. You know, and granted, he's a bit edgy on ALP podcast, on his own podcast, but he's only done 2 episodes, and that was originally owned by me and Aaron. So he's basically, in his mind, he's just running the name into the ground.
Yeah, well, just don't acknowledge those things he says in the private chat.
Yeah, I shouldn't. I was just trying to explain things.
Yeah, but what do you think of it in the private chat? Because it's private chat.
Okay.
Who just brought it up on the podcast?
Yeah. Well, you're pointing the wrong way. Yeah, you got your finger right. No, I was just saying I'm not sure what other religions' opinions are on autopsies. That's what I thought it was. What you put in was like ex-religion thinks it's a sin. That's the way you put it. To have an autopsy in the
How do I put that? I was making a joke about how they eat food.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Sorry, I thought you meant a different joke. Oh, sorry about that, George. Sorry, I thought you
Oh, I'm not that bad. Come on.
Yeah, sorry.
Really?
Anyway, anyway, so he runs around the high school. I can't remember what point we're at now, to be honest. He has a party at Ned's, and Ned says, get out, after he goes on a date with the teacher. It's nice when the teacher knows Elfish, and she loves Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and all that crap. And then she's like, all of you get out or you'll have a detention. And then he tries to kiss his ex-wife and she pushes him away and slaps him. Then everyone slaps Zac Efron around, which is kind of funny. Ned slaps him 4 times, which is kind of funny. I didn't really laugh that much out loud, apart from Matt Perry looking depressed in a lift. That just made me laugh. Obviously, rest in peace, sound bloke, but it just made me laugh, that scene, him just looking like in the lift. Yeah, what else happens? Oh, yeah, but then he says, I understand why this happens, but he's like, I need to get a scholarship now. You know, my family want nothing to do with me, and I'm not turning back anytime soon. Then he plays the basketball game again, and his wife's like, I can't be here again. Oh, wait, no, sorry. He goes and gives a note that Mike O'Donnell came up with. Oh, wait, yeah, sorry, George, sorry.
Yeah. But what bit's next? And that's the big basketball game again, don't they?
Yeah, so he reads her a really interesting note, and that was quite a powerful moment when he reads that big note out to her at the court proceeding. And then she's like, I can't be here again. And then she walks off. Then he throws the game away again. But it doesn't really make sense for him to go for another scholarship. Like, he's already lived 20 more years and had a family. Like, why would he do that? But it's so he can be there again. So the same moment can happen again. Then he turns back into Matt Perry and they get together, and that's the end. I would have liked to have seen how his son actually played the basketball game. If he had succeeded in the game, that would have been good. And I would have liked to maybe have seen one last closure scene between him and the kids. instead of seeing Ned sleeping with the bloody school teacher in his car bed or whatever without.
No, it was the land speeder from
Land
anyway,
speeder.
Luke's land speeder, yeah.
And then he had Spocky.
Which one of you would have that?
Then he had Vulcan ears on. So yeah, that was overall it's an easy watch. It ended up getting a bit better. It's a fun arc that he goes on. Above average. It's just a decent feel-good film, to be honest. That's like I said. I didn't find
that's all I find. I find it like I just like fun film to watch.
I didn't find that much of it that funny, but it was just like you say, light fun film to watch. Above average, 6.5 out of 10. Liam, what's your opinions on the last bits of it and your score?
The last bits, I don't know. Again, I guess there were some parts that were a bit funnier here and there, and like maybe more of the humor, like probably mostly from Ned. Maybe towards the end, it was like I found maybe a bit funnier than a lot of the other stuff. But like you say, like with the limo, although that might have been earlier on, I can't remember. It might have been earlier on, to be fair. But just trying to think if there's anything else. But yeah, I suppose there was some okay stuff. Yeah, like you said, I think at the end he sort of, he leaves the basketball match again like he did at the start. History's kind of repeating itself, and I mean, it makes sense because at the same time, he sort of befriended his son and saw that his son is good at basketball and got him on the team, and his son's doing well. And I suppose it kind of, I feel like he leaves the basketball match again, but this time to sort of maybe not take the limelight off his son.
Yeah, he says it's your turn now, doesn't he? He says it's your turn now.
Yeah, so that's so I liked that. I thought that was interesting. And then of course Jerry walks down that corridor again, doesn't he? And then he turns back into his 37-year-old self, and they get back together, don't they? But I feel like that was just that ending. I think it ended too soon. I don't know. I think, like you said, there could have been a bit more closure. I think
so.
Yeah, like I think they could have maybe given his kids a bit more closure. Maybe we could have seen a bit more of what they actually would go on to do, even though that was kind of, even though I guess we had an idea. Just looking at what I've noted down. So I think the ending could have been a bit more satisfying and fulfilling instead of just ending right there in the corridor, like it did really. So I feel like the film could have actually maybe been a bit longer, because to be fair, it's not a long film. So yeah, I don't know. Personally, I mean, I might have watched the whole film before a while ago. I've definitely seen some of it, but that was quite a while ago. But yeah, personally, this type of film doesn't really, appeal to my tastes. But I thought it wasn't bad. But I thought it was kind of like okay, average overall. So I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
Fair enough. George, what's your opinions on this film? Like just a quick rundown summary, I guess, and score.
So I've always really enjoyed it. I've watched it for God knows how many years, and I've watched it about 4 or 5 times. I always really enjoy it. I always think the bit on the deck is quite a nice scene as well. Because I know we didn't mention that, but that's always one of my favourite scenes.
What happens on the deck?
Well, it's basically when Zac Efron and the mama are listening to their favourite song.
Oh yeah,
it's the favourite song or the wedding song.
When they're dancing.
And they're both in it. Yes, when they're dancing together. And that's just one of my favourite bits, because he's so impressed with how she's done the back garden.
Yeah.
And it shows that they're both still have feelings for each other.
Yeah, that's fair. What would you give it as a score then?
I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Damn, that's real high praise from you. Fair play, I guess.
That's me being biased because I've always loved the film.
Yeah. I guess you chose it for a reason, didn't you?
Yeah.
Now on to Sing a Bit of Harmony.
About you? You never said your ranking, did you?
6.5 above average.
6.5. That's not bad then for both of you.
Yeah. Now Sing a Bit of Harmony. I didn't know what to expect with this film. I had no clue. I was quite worried going into it, to be honest. I know when I saw it was a high rating, I thought, all right, it's a PG, it's high rate, it's probably not that degenerate, but you never know. But we were off to a good start when there wasn't any anime moms trying to, sit on their stepsons' faces and all this stuff and bloody
Share have you been watching?
that bloody weird show that you put on, that lady reacted to, that VTuber reacted to it, and
Yeah.
yeah, and there was no 5 women
Better than a lizard one.
I don't know what the lizard one was about, and there's no like 5 women trying to get with one bloke and simping over him. There's none of that. So I thought, we're off to a good start here. It's not just crazy anime degeneracy. It just seems like all right. We just start off with just some like teenager in her house, and she's like telling her mom about how much they've saved and how much, and said, "Oh, you're back, bloody hell, it's quite late in it," and all that jazz. Then she goes to school. Oh wait, at the start, there's that AI that wakes up. Yeah, the AI wakes up, doesn't she? And she goes la 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 la, and I'm like, why is that AI singing? What's that all about?
Yeah,
that's a bit mad. But then we roll up to the high school, and she goes, I can never remember these characters' names. I'm gonna look it up. Sing a bit of harmony.
The AI is called Shion.
Yeah,
Here we go. Yeah, Shion the AI, and then you've got Satomi.
Satomi, that's it. Yeah.
So she's going, Satomi, how's it going? Are you happy? Are you happy? Woo! And you're like, this AI is mad. Why is she just saying this girl's name over and over again? And everyone's like, who's this person? And she keeps sort of like being buddy with Satomi. And you're like, well, this is a bit mad, isn't it? Like I was thinking, what's going on? But gradually over time, they become decent. Well, she just keeps asking, are you happy? Are you happy? You're feeling all right? You're happy? And she's like, well, it's just how it is, isn't it? Sometimes life, I'm not really. She doesn't ever really answer and say like, yes, I'm happy, or no, I'm not happy. She's just sort of, I don't know, just not really saying how she feels. But I haven't really got much to say about the intro, to be honest. It's just you see the AI, and I suppose there's the villain, the antagonist of the film is that bloke with the glasses in the business who's just sort of like doesn't like Satomi's mom, who just has some agenda against her. Liam, what did you think of the intro then?
Yeah, I suppose it was. I don't know. I suppose it was kind of okay. I mean, I feel like at first, like especially first, maybe I don't know. Well, I don't know. Say half, but or quarter of the film. I don't know. I felt like I don't know. I kind of it wasn't doing it for me, But I guess it's still kind of fine, the intro. But yeah, not really much more to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't sort of hooking me in yet at this point.
Yeah.
So.
I guess there's some emotional moments when Shion kisses Prince, and then there's a bit of drama going on there, and then Satomi and what's that lady's name? The one who's with Prince. I don't know her bloody name. Anyway, they're arguing, and the robot AI helps them all become friends and become hunky dory again. And their friend group is pretty wholesome, to be honest. You got that geeky guy who's always on the surveillance. You got that judo guy who's quite a mad bloke. And yeah, it's nice how Shion Shion actually, helps him get better at judo and all that. And he
What
finally
did you
wins.
think of the judo song?
Oh yeah, there's songs. I completely forgot about the songs.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I mean, they're not like Disney bops like in The Lion King or Aladdin,
No.
but they're pretty good. They're pretty catchy and funky.
See that one always gets stuck in my head. That one does.
Yeah, it's got a good, fast-paced, fun song. I guess the judo one.
Mm.
But
And it has some good transitions, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I do feel a bit bad for the bloody judo bloke because by the end of the film, he's the most sad, fed up one, which is a bit of a shame. But it's done in a funny way. Obviously, he wants to get with the AI lady, and then she ends up being her AI just gets transferred out into the universe. So anyway,
she just survived that.
She does survive. Yeah, by the end of the film, she's in the International Space Station. We don't know where her AI
satellite or whatever, isn't it? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, she's all around the world.
Yeah. Then after that, well, yeah, maybe she did go around the world. We don't know exactly where she ended up. So it's quite bittersweet. Like they still all have to say goodbye to her, don't they?
Yeah.
But at least her memories aren't wiped, and she gets to go around doing stuff still.
She can still talk to him.
Yeah. What else was cool about it? I liked how we're not told why Satomi's not happy, and it's because she doesn't have any friends, and the reason, and they keep calling her Princess Tattletale, but the only reason she told on those students who were vaping was to help her friend, the geeky bloke. She did it all for him, even though they hadn't spoken much for years and had laughed with each other for years. They hadn't spoken much. What else? It's a bit of a difficult film to talk about because it just sort of feels like a bit of an indie film, which isn't a bad thing. Those films are hard to write, but it's just sort of about stuff happening. It doesn't really feel like there's much of a story until the very end. It just feels like things are happening with this AI, and the AI needs to pass the experiment. There isn't really much going on, which isn't a bad thing. I like that aspect of the film, but it just sort of leaves you.
Did you guess the twist actually known since she was a child?
No, I didn't. I thought that was the best part of the film. It really caught me off guard. So yeah, basically, the AI lady puts on this big show so the geeky bloke can ask Satomi out, and then she gets shot with some electric bullets, and then gets kidnapped and took prisoner again by the corporation, who basically all the kids' parents work for and all this jazz. So they got a lot of power. And then Satomi's mom gets fired, so she's drunk and really fed up and gutted about all the work going down the toilet. And then what happens? Oh yeah, so that's the low point of the film. But then we get to see the backstory of the AI, how the geeky bloke made her and put her into this little pink thing that she gave to what's her face? That he gave to Satomi, and then you see that's how she knows. That's how the AI girl knows about her, because she was there with her for years. She saw what happened. She saw that she was unhappy, and the reason why she wanted to make her happy was because the geeky bloke said it would be good if you could make her happy. All those years ago, he asked the AI to do that, and that's why the AI knows so much about her. So that's really, really wholesome, really cool, and it was a great twist how it was shot and all the images and memories and all that stuff. And then you see that Satomi's mom shuts the AI down, doesn't she? Well, no, she doesn't. Sorry, one of the gaffers there does at the corporation. One of the gaffers shuts the AI down.
Yeah.
So what happens after that? Oh, wait, Liam, do you want to say what you think about the middle points of the film and all that jazz?
I suppose I was sort of becoming a bit more invested. I mean, I don't know. I suppose the whole school aspect and I don't know. I suppose it was kind of good how the girl he was going out with, so his name's Prince, is it?
Or... I think that's what they've casted him as, yeah.
She was a bit like, I don't know. She was a bit of a
mean girl.
Yeah, a bit mean. I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if I say bully, but yeah, she was sort of, a bit mean to Satomi and whatever. But then I suppose Shion sort of turns that around, I guess, and they, I guess the three of them, the three girls have that, you know, that scene together, and become, well, I suppose they understand each other more on why they've done certain things or whatever. And then, yeah, I suppose for a good chunk of the film, then I suppose they're sort of, you know, all friends, aren't they? I suppose, and well, I suppose, you know, like that friendship group and the three boys as well, and I suppose they actually, you know, they take the time to sort of I don't know, I suppose understand Shion and whatnot, and I suppose that's, you know, I suppose that was cool to see and nice to see that sort of develop. And of course they have that, like, and they sort of bunk off school the one day, don't they, as well?
Yeah, to celebrate.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose it was starting to. I don't know. I suppose it was starting to interest me a bit more. I was becoming a bit more invested. So yeah, I suppose as well. I suppose the songs. I mean, of course, I saw the trailer, and the trailer. I don't know. The trailer didn't do it for me because, you know, again, I'm not into musicals. And at the start when Shion sang the first song, I kind of, you know, I was a bit like, you know, rolling my eyes a bit and whatever. But to be fair, like as the film went on, like there weren't loads of songs, which helped, I think. And to be fair, I think, you know, the songs later on, I think were, you know, not bad. You know, I was fine with them, really. The singing was good, the music was good, and yeah, I was fine with that stuff. And again, yeah, I thought I did like the sort of soundtrack and the score of the film anyway. You know, I like that sort of music that maybe is sort of a bit more sort of Japanese, and you might hear in more sort of Japanese video games and stuff like that. You know, I liked that. So yeah,
Yeah.
So I suppose the middle section was better. You know, it was sort of yeah, getting better. Basically, the film was, I suppose.
Yeah. I guess we
see. It's funny. Just how you want.
Hold on. Oh, cool! I didn't realise this was an option as well. This looks pretty badass.
Yeah,
exactly.
Pretty cool. Obviously, this one I can only make one person look small, can't I? I can't make. Whoops. Yeah, I can't make two people. Oh, what I can? Yeah, I have the power.
It's K. Cole.
Pretty much. I am bigger than all of you now. I might be 5'7" in real life, but on the screen, I'm a lot bigger than all of you. Thank you. I am a robot. Goodbye.
I was gonna say about you not liking musicals. I saw this this in cinema, and I also saw one called Belle in cinema. Animated movies. I didn't realize either of them were musicals. And I'm the same as you. I'm not the biggest fan of musicals, but when you got into both of them, Belle has a lot more music in it because it's basically like a Beauty and the Beast, but in virtual reality, that kind of thing. And I'll both like both their music in it, where I wouldn't normally be a fan of that.
Yeah, I feel like this one, Sing a Bit of Harmony, is not like a full blown musical, is it? You know, there's not really that many songs, and they're spread out.
See, there's only like 2 or 3 really, and I think that's like the perfect amount.
Yeah, it's not like it's like I don't know. It's not like some these musicals where it's just takes over.
When you compare it to the Beauty and the Beast with Emma Watson. That's full of musicals.
Oh yeah, because the original,
yeah.
Yeah, because I think the original Beauty and the Beast, the animated one, I don't think that really had any songs in it, did it? Or it didn't have many?
It didn't have a lot, but I think they added a few more in. Same with the Aladdin remake. That
what a
has
guy
quite
like
a few.
Gaston.
Yes, like that. Yeah, James, you should do a musical.
What would I do it about?
We could do about the life of James.
No, I got a big round football head. Now I got an Elvis quiff. Now I got a big bald head.
Oh, I don't know if you guys have seen KSL the musical.
No, I do not want to watch that. No, thank you.
I think you should do that, James.
No.
I can make it happen with the AI. With the AI I've got,
You can try and make it if you want. I'm not really interested.
I can do more than try. I can actually do that. That was like 10 minutes.
Anyway, I'll just skip to the end. So the operation to get the AI back out of the building is pretty cool. You know how I mean, I was a bit like, why she climbed on top of the AI girl. That's a bit, it seems like that's what the bloody anime writers wanted. I know it wasn't anything meant by it, but it just seems a bit odd. Like, that's your friend. You wouldn't like climb on top of your mate while they're in hospital like that.
Yeah.
To try and wake them up. I understand they're getting close to it, but climb on top of that just seemed a bit like just the animators trying to bloody, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that seems all right. How she tries to wake her up, and then you have the adversity that the characters face with the AI losing a battery, and then she takes over all the robots, and the robots charge all the guards, and obviously you have Prince and his missus on the bike, and they get caught, and all that jazz. It's quite intense and fun, and they have to avoid the chairman and all that stuff. Then they shoot the AI up into the sky. What's her face is the main character, the girl's mom. She ends up getting rehired and looked out for by the company. The chairman says, "Yes, you're a cool person. Now don't let that other bloke boss you around. I'll see to all of it," and all that jazz. So that's a nice, happy ending. What else is there? I don't know. It's just a decent, feel-good, fun film. Unique, interesting take on AI. 7.5 out of 10. Very good. Enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah, just a very good film. Very good, easy watch. I do somewhat agree with you, Liam. Out at the start, it was a bit difficult to get into, but as the film went on, you got to know the characters, you got to know the friend group more. That was funny. I felt bad for the judo bloke, but at the end of the day, although he wanted to go out with the AI girl, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Just he'll get over it. He'll grow up and have a good life, hopefully. That's my headcanon for him, anyway.
Yeah,
Let's hope.
I'm going. Sorry.
Oh, George, you bloody.
What?
The judo guy is Ben. No, bloody hell. Ben. The judo guy is way more chatty than Ben. You're off your head. The judo guy is way much more cool than him. I don't want anything to do with any of you anymore. Goodbye. Well, the judo guy, he's a cool little friend to people, man. No, I'm allowed to talk about it. Come on, lads. I'm allowed to. Ben's not going to watch this anyway, but even if anyone does, like, bro.
No, you won't.
I don't care about talking about it. Like, any explanation, basically, there used to be someone on the podcast I've been mates with for years, and he basically just said he wants nothing to do with the squad anymore. In a very vague, weird way. Yeah, it's a shame. I just wish that he'd owned up sooner and said he wanted nothing to do with the squad, instead of whenever I've asked him, do you want to come and hang out, him just sort of like saying, making up lies. That's what I'm most annoyed about. But yeah, it's cool. No ill will to him. If he wanted to join back to the squad,
it was like he had a second conscience near the end.
Yeah.
Like a massive second conscience.
Yeah, Jabba the Hutt's type second conscience.
Yeah, like moon-sized second conscience.
Yeah. That's it, George.
Yeah.
That's accurate information right there.
Mm. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
It's not like the worst. It's not like the worst thing ever. Like, I wish Ben well and all that. And no one on this podcast even knows who he is because he quit the podcast ages ago. I don't know. I just feel a bit fobbed off, man. I feel like I donated to his bloody comic book and I promoted his comic book. I tried to be a good friend and he's just sort of like, goodbye, see you all later. See you. Nothing to do with you all now. Goodbye. It's like,
No, well, he's not the only one with the comic book stuff, is he?
who else made comic books?
I'm talking about what happened at a certain place.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was
Yeah.
And the final session I had with him, that was his comic book party, and that was just a bit of a shame, man. That was just like, man, well, if I knew that was going to be the last session with him, I would have, I don't know. I wish he'd had more of a laugh, I guess. I don't know, but he's calling it. Obviously, I'm a bit salty about these sort of things because if you've been friends with people for ages and they just throw you under they just, say they want nothing to do with the whole squad out of nowhere, it's kind of like a kick in the belly, really. It's just a bit of a shame, but, it's just how life goes.
I'm kind of hoping we get a few angry texts in the morning at this point.
I finally tuned into the podcast, and you said
this is the only one you watch, and this is what he sees.
Well, I just mentioned you by your first name. I didn't say your full name, and no one knows who you are on this podcast anyway. I'm just venting something. It's my podcast. I can say what I want. If you got a problem, then I don't know. Don't watch the podcast.
It's not I'm going to say your full name is Ben.
It's not like I'm putting him down and dragging him through the dirt and saying he's the worst person ever. Like, he's a sound bloke. Like, he's bought me pints. He's been a cool guy. Like, great friend in the past. Don't get me wrong. It's just. I guess at the end of the day, we're allowed to be a bit salty over these things. At the end of the day, like, what's the point of just acting like you don't care about anything and don't care about any of your friends or anyone? Like, imagine if, like, just anyone you care about, any family or friends or anything, anyone, spouse, anyone, just said, "Oh, nothing to do with you anymore." I know, obviously, it's different. I know family, friend, biological family, friends, and spouse, significant other is different to just like your mates, but you should still care about your long-time friends. You should still care about your long-time friends, shouldn't you? You shouldn't just be like, "Oh, okay, bye." You know what I'm saying?
When it comes to that, but where they feel like family as well, that's what I've always thought.
Kind of, yeah. Kind of.
Like, each other like you were like real brothers, that kind of thing.
It's an interesting thing to bring up, really, because like in the past, I used to think certain people were family, but then I'm not saying that you guys let me down, but a really close friend let me down in a situation. It sort of made me think, well, can you ever really consider your friends like your family? But then I think there's some cousins and some second cousins that I hardly ever see, but yet I do the podcast with you guys on the regular. And I've been, we've done a fair few Beanos all together and had quite a few laughs and had sessions around your house where we've had some decent laughs. So I see you guys more than most of my cousins. That's probably all of them, to be honest. So it's an interesting...
You guys know I like you more than one of my cousins.
Yeah. So it's I wouldn't say I dislike my cousins or anything. Well, most of them. It's just sort of, I don't know, they just don't reach out to me and I don't particularly reach out to them that much, I guess. But it's an interesting thing to bring up because it's like, well, these people are your biological family, yet you don't have loads to do with them, but yet people who aren't your biological family, you do. But then again, I have been let down by, not you guys in a bad way, but certain friends I was close with, I've been let down by. But in the end, I came to the conclusion, the only one I can truly count on is the Almighty Jesus. He will not let me down. I will let people down.
I thought you say me then.
You go back. I imagine if I just kicked Liam, the only friend who won't let me down is George. Imagine that would have been horrible. Oops. That would have been horrible, man. That would have just been like... So no, everyone, I'm going to let people down. I have let people down. Liam has let people down. He will continue to let people down. But we've also shown up for each other George has let people down, and he will
I,
continue to.
I thought you were going to say the same thing. That I think well, Liam's let people down, then they just not mention me.
What?
But George, he
I
hasn't
don't know
let
what you're
people
saying.
down. No, my point is, we've all been there and not let each other down, but we've also let each other down in some way, shape, or form. The only one you can count on is the Almighty, and that's the truth. The only one you can count on is Jesus. So,
Especially George Christ.
what are you on about, you madman? You bloody. Anyway, so my point is, like, when I came to that realization, I wasn't as. I'm not as salty about people letting me down, but when it's like when I've been lied to for months and months, when I wasted my time saying, Ben, do you want to come on this session? Do you want to come on this video? Do you want to come on this session? He just comes up with excuse after excuse after excuse. Why didn't he just say months ago, I don't want anything to do with you all? Why waste my time and lie to me, man? It just gets on my nerves, that type of thing. And that's the main thing I'm really salty about. But and how vague he was about it all. Like, just again, I don't want to say too much, but like he just said stuff. I want to hang around with new people, and you've got your group with a certain political mindset, and it's like, hold on a second. Aaron's
He could be very offensive, couldn't he?
Yeah, Aaron. Yeah, Ben liked to have a joke and have a laugh about certain things, but political mindsets didn't bother him from 2018 to late 2024, and originally I thought 2025. Why is it suddenly bothering him now? It doesn't really make sense. And also, like, we're completely different when it comes to politics. Like, you have certain views, George, that I disagree with. You probably have certain views that you disagree with when it comes to what I think. Liam is pretty moderate with his stuff, and Aaron sort of is a bit of a centrist.
I do.
Yeah, and Aaron is sort of a bit of a centrist who doesn't really like have a lot of firm stances. Just because we've all just because in 2024 we all voted for this. Well, Liam couldn't vote for the same person because he was on holiday, and the postal vote got rigged and messed up. But just because me, you, and Aaron voted for the same person, George, and Liam was going to vote for the same party, doesn't mean that we all agree on every single thing.
See, I think you might go too light on certain topics. You might think I'll go too hard on certain topics, but we all think in the way of the same system, basically.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, you might think, like you say, that I might go too light with stuff, or I might think that you're too harsh, and vice versa. Maybe on one issue you think James is a bit too harsh on this, and you on another issue I might think, oh, George is a bit too light on this. But to be honest, most stuff, apart from the economy, you're not really that light on anything.
No.
You're very just this is what I want type of person.
Yeah.
Very.
I don't know. I just say it the way it is, don't
I? Debatable, but that's a conversation for a pub or a house.
Yes. Well, what's that? More how?
Actually, yeah, probably.
How you probably would get arrested in a pub at this point.
With how the world is, with how England's gone, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so obviously that. I mean, Liam, do you have any opinions on what we're saying? If you want to speak up and say what you want to say, or if you don't want to say how you feel about the whole situation, like with Ben and I don't know the politics that we just said.
No, I'd rather not really.
Fair enough.
Like to stay out of it. These things.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm.
Even though he was there smirking earlier.
What you on about the smirking at the
big conscience thing, but then I just realised I just did an impression of you, so I'm damn it, I lost my streak.
He broke his streak at us.
I don't know. I'm a bit disappointed with myself that I found it difficult not to laugh.
Because it was quite a lowbrow joke, saying he had a big fat jab of conscience on his shoulder.
I know. I don't know. I couldn't help myself. But
no, that's fair enough.
A bit disappointed.
Have you seen Fat Bastard? Austin Powers?
No.
I don't think Austin Powers is Liam's sort of film.
No, but you know what I'm talking about, don't you, James?
Yeah, the big fat dude.
Yeah, that kind of.
Get in my belly!
I want to eat it, baby.
But no, that's fair enough, Liam. If you don't want to say your opinions on stuff, that's completely fine, man. I know George said before, obviously, when we were joking around earlier, saying, George will give, what was it? It was if George says too many edgy jokes, I'll give everyone a real reason to cancel me. But I do find it funny, if George did get cancelled, it would be no consequence to his life. Like, he doesn't have a job to lose. Well, me and you, like, obviously, I'm at a point where I don't mind saying certain things online, but obviously you still want to keep some things private, just in general. You don't want to go too mad with, I don't know, saying loads of stuff. But obviously we both got jobs to lose. You know what I'm saying? Well, George basically has nothing to lose, so he can be a complete edgelord. But to be honest, I don't like being edgy anyway. Taking the ship down with me, George.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
All right, so what was your guys' Liam? Sorry, yeah, back to it though. What was your opinion on Sing a Bit of Harmony and score?
Well, after that massive tangent, a
big round zero, a big fat round zero.
Very funny. Yeah. So
George, don't.
Yeah. So,
Don't.
yeah, so
That wasn't me.
George,
no, I just heard you go, yes, don't. Just,
no, that was you, James.
That was not me.
Just mute George. Mute George. Yeah, so I suppose the third act, I'd say, of the film was probably the best. Oh, shut up, George. Yeah, so I'd say the third act of the film was probably the best. Yeah, things really picked up there, especially that scene with where Shion, I suppose, is doing the party or the celebration for, well, trying to get what's her name, Satomi, and I can't remember the boy's name, to get them to get together and whatever. And then, of course, she gets Shion, she gets shot with those electrical cables or whatever. So that was kind of an impactful scene. And again, I think one of the highlights again was probably that scene, like you said, James, where there's that twist where you find out the AI's backstory and how deep it goes, and that goes on for a bit, to be fair. But it works well. It's good. Probably one of the best parts of the film. And like I said, I think the soundtrack and the score is one of the highlights of the film. I really like the music. I suppose I like the animation, really, especially some of it in places. I mean, I'd argue probably because it's like a Japanese anime, there's cheesy moments here and there and whatnot. But to be fair, I thought it was actually a decent time with some genuinely impactful and emotional scenes, and I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Because again, I watched the trailer; it had some singing in it. I thought, oh, this is not doing it for me. But after watching the whole film, not that much singing really, not a full blown musical. So yeah, still had like a decent time with it. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Fair play, fair play. George, have you got anything you want to say? You muted
still muted.
I can't unmute you. What are you doing?
Yeah. Very funny.
I will actually talk now. I know what you did. I'll quite enjoy the film. Well, I will do because I've picked it, but I just think it's a quite a nice film with a few bits and pieces like twists and turns, which I quite like. And I say I really enjoy the music. I would fit out. I actually go back and listen to the songs quite a bit sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. What would you go?
Probably 7.
Damn, I thought you gave it a higher score, but fair play. Damn, you gave it a lower score than me. I'm shocked, man.
How much did you give it?
7.5. I thought it was very good. I thought it was in the middle act, in the final act. I thought it was very good.
Well, I was trying to be more fair. I was quite biased with the 17 again.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I thought you were going to give this 10 and like 17 again, like a 7. That's what I thought was going to happen. Anyway, now on to the segments. We've got Spot the James, and oh my goodness, what have you done to me now? Why are you putting me through this?
Okay.
I'm honestly tempted.
Can I just explain some
James? I'm really tempted.
Can I just explain something with the Spot the James? Because this one was going to be absolutely terrible. Like, what I was thinking was going to be like one of the worst ones that I've done. Because James, me and you were talking about that what's been happening on Kick with the French guy and the wrestler. I was going to get that like two clips, well, two screenshots from both live streams and stick your head in them.
Oh well, that would have been kind of,
and that would have been terrible. And I thought, can't go that far. I'm going to do.
It's rubbish. Anyway, okay.
These.
So, well, this is where I'm. Oh, you twat!
What?
There I am. Yeah, well done.
Have you read what it said?
I can't be bothered. Lightning McQueen found dead with dildo jammed in his exhaust pipe. What? You dick. So I'm the one posting it. That was kind of funny. Yeah, they are cute and harmless, but they are loud and incredibly expensive. Yeah, okay, haha, yeah, very funny.
It says.
I don't know much about kangaroos. There I am, yeah. Well done, George. That was Spot the James. Well done.
He's sharing your turban.
I'm showing my what? What do you mean?
I was sharing your turban.
How's it my specific turban? What are you on about? I don't have a turban.
Okay, that turban. Can watch the video I'll send.
I just want to move on. We've got so much stuff to talk about, man. I don't want to.
It's only like 30 seconds.
Is this just for me to react to it, or is this for you to?
I just find it quite funny. It's meant to be
Where's the video? There's no video here.
But there should be one below the Discord. And the Spot the James, there should be one.
Oh, the AI one. Oh no! Oh, I'm really bloody concerned about this now.
Do you remember when Donald met up with Starmer, and Starmer called Khan his friend?
Oh.
What do you think of that when watching this?
All right, then. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, George.
Oh, friend! Fucking football friend!
I never thought he'd get that wound up.
Yeah. Jay, what are you doing? Oh, friend! I'm not your fucking friend, alright?
I hope that doesn't copyright anything. Anyway, question of the day.
I should have had Ben Stiller on there.
Ben Stiller. What games?
No, not Ben Stiller. Ben instead.
I'm not your friend. That would have been pretty funny.
Live agenda friend.
Question of the day: what video games do you guys most nostalgic about? I don't know, 2 video games that you just find a lot of nostalgia and nostalgic comfort in, I guess.
Probably Honey Pop.
What's that?
Never heard of it. Is that Winnie the Pooh simulator?
No.
Are you serious, George?
Look up Honey Pop.
Is this just going to be some anime hentai point and click adventure?
Do you remember like something like
some mad version of Candy Crush? Oh.
Yeah.
So when you
every
were
time
like
you
no. When you were 5, you were playing that game, George.
I played it last night. No,
Liam,
I'm joking. Probably Halo Reach.
Oh, really? That's an interesting choice. I didn't think you picked that, George. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Nostalgic.
Oh, well.
That was actually a really good one from George. He was drinking, just going Star Wars. You know, that was actually quite a funny one.
I'm trying to cover my mouth.
I don't know. Nostalgia. I suppose one would be.
Star Wars.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I guess Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, the first one maybe. And maybe even like I suppose the Lego Star Wars games, like Lego Star Wars 1, Lego Star Wars 2.
I've got a good one. Battlefront 2.
Yeah, that was one of mine. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You know, some interestingly, I had no idea that there was a second ending with the original Force Unleashed where you could kill Vader if you want. But then when the Emperor tells you to kill General Kota, Starkiller's like, no, I'm not doing it. And then the Emperor's like, you have sealed your ties. And then he uses the Force and chucks Starkiller, then drops the ship on him, and then he turns Starkiller into a Darth Vader clone. Then you go around killing people in Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know about that. Yeah.
I always thought you don't have a choice. You just have to let. I didn't know. I never realised there was an alternate dark side ending where you're just the Empress puppet. Obviously, the original ending is. I knew about the double endings in Force Unleashed too. I just didn't know about it in the first one. But yeah, obviously the first one's a lot better and makes a lot more sense for Starkiller's character. So
yeah, but of course with that dark side ending as well, it leads on. It has like, was it two DLC levels as well?
Yeah, so, pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what happens if you don't get the DLC? Does it just end with him as Darth Vader, as a Darth Vader clone?
Well, I guess the base game just ends with it just has him like in the same, I guess, room and on the same table that Vader was in when he was being put together in the end of Revenge of the Sith.
That's that's a complete letdown.
Well, with like
is it like the exact same suit, or is it like a more custom?
No. Yeah, it's different. It's quite a different suit to Vader's. Yeah, I mean, I suppose he ends up sounding. Well, he has like a voice modifier thing or whatever, like Vader, but so it still doesn't sound quite like Vader. But yeah, it just has that ending, and then it just ends like that. But I mean, you can easily. I mean, I think you can easily get the Force Unleashed Ultimate Sith Edition anyway, or like if you get it on Steam, that's like the Ultimate Sith Edition, which has the DLC with it anyway. So
yeah,
pretty easy to come by.
You still do the DLC even if you do a light side ending?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, because they're just separate levels, and then there's like another level which is like, I think that's meant to take place like midway through the game or something, where he's like Starkiller as a Jedi, or he's like goes to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant and he's doing the trials or whatever.
Oh, nice.
So that's another one as well.
Yeah, that's a solid game. Yeah, my nostalgic games would be Battlefront 2 and Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. I know the Complete Saga is just quite an easy game nowadays, but I just feel like it's a great retelling of Star Wars Episode 1 to 6. I do just enjoy playing through the levels, the environments, and the platforming. They just recreate the aesthetic of the Star Wars places so well, like the planets and the Death Star and all that jazz, and being in like an Imperial ship or being inside the CIS ship, in at the start of Episode 3 after the first mission. They just recreate everything so well. So I just thoroughly enjoy playing that game sometimes. And Battlefront 2 is just a childhood classic. I used to play that with my dad a lot on the PS2. Those are good times. I played the Complete Saga with him as well a lot back in the day. Those are good times. I just really enjoy those two games. Just nostalgic and cool. So obviously I said why the games are nostalgic for me, and I guess Battlefront 2 is just another good recreation of Star Wars. But what's nostalgic for Halo? What's nostalgic with Halo Reach for you, George?
I think it's more out of reach. The sandbox,
Oh yeah, the forge mode. Yeah,
but either forward map because we used to play on that quite a bit, didn't we?
yeah, for the bands. Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, I always thought that was nice to go and do that. Huh? And plus, you look at all like the reach maps, and you know every single one at that point.
Mm.
And there's just something about it compared to all the others that's just perfect.
You
I
haven't
find.
played the others.
I tried it. I've got every single one
If you haven't played
except
them,
for
you told me you
Infinite.
haven't played them.
I've played bits and pieces, but I've seen a lot more footage
Oh,
online as well.
Okay, fair enough. Liam, what's nostalgic about FU1 then?
I don't know. It's again, it's just one of that. I mean, there are quite a few games in my childhood that I played a lot. It was basically all. It was just one of those games that I just. It was one of those games that I just played all the time. Like I'd keep playing it when I got back from school, and yeah, I was kind of just playing it over and over. Kept having fun with it, like wearing all the different costumes and replaying the levels and getting the collectibles and. Yeah, I suppose just having fun with the gameplay because the gameplay is really fun and yeah, I don't know, it's just one of those really. And again, yeah, I always just enjoyed like the boss fights as well and the quick time events and I don't know. I guess I just like seeing like the different costumes as well in like those cut scenes, like when it wasn't because of course you used to have the cinematics that play, but they just show Starkiller as he was in the story and in that costume, whatever costume he was wearing. Where in sort of the kind of in-game cutscenes or quick time events, you can still see the like costume you're wearing, which is different. So I thought that was kind of just fun to play around with, and yeah.
Fair enough. Now,
What about games? Have you seen the new Lego Batman?
nah.
Yeah. Watch the trailer.
Oh, it looks fantastic. Biggest free roam map, even bigger than Batman Arkham. And it would have every single Batmobile I ever made in there.
Or even the Tumbler.
The Tumbler, the Batman one, the 80s Batman, the Lego Batman movie one, or any one you can think of, they'll have it.
Is the free roam bigger than Skull Saga as well? Then I guess.
I'm guessing so. If that's bigger than smaller, so of Arkham.
Well, with the Skywalker
It's-
Saga, it's not one big map. It's like you just go to planets and then you get a lot of room to run around.
Well, there's 4 sections of this map to unlock, but apparently it's like a massive free roam map.
No, I'll tell you something else as well. The new SpongeBob game looks good. The Clash of Neptune or whatever it is, Clash of the Flying Dutchman, Clash of the Titan. I don't know what it's called. I keep forgetting what it's called.
Something to do with Neptune, isn't it?
So there's a trailer for
it definitely reminded me of
I think a small version of the game has come out. Like you get Titans of the Tide. Like you get to play the first. Its releases on the 18th of November.
Why don't we just watch the 2 trailers for the SpongeBob one and then I go back on one?
I'd rather do that in another podcast, to be honest, bro.
Right.
We ain't got a lot of time.
Okay.
So, Job Slobs, would you rather be in a band as a pianist or a guitarist?
Because a guitarist, but would have to be electric guitar.
Yeah, of course, electric, instead of acoustic. Yeah, what about you, Liam?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably the same as George. I think electric guitar. Yeah, guitarist.
I just thought you all made me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone quite so. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know why, but I've been looking at electric guitars. It's probably because I've been seeing a load of them on Instagram reels.
Mm.
I do think how cool some of these axe guitars look.
Well, all I'll say though, I do agree with you guys. I'd go for electric guitar. For me, it's close though because with pianists, if you become like a masterful pianist, it's like there aren't many other masterful pianists that are like the Elton Johns and the Billy Joels of the world and Jerry Lee Lewis. There's not many people on those guys' level for piano playing, but obviously
A few of them
there
are
is.
gay, so it wouldn't make sense.
Billy Joel and Jerry Lee Lewis aren't.
But Elvis, and not
Elvis,
England either.
Elton John.
Elton.
I mean, I know Freddie Mercury played piano, but he was pretty good, but he wasn't like on the level of those people. But my point is,
And he was proper gay, like killer gay.
I don't
He
know.
was.
No, if you hear him talk, he seems like quite a masculine, well, not masculine, but like he just seems like a regular geezer in interviews. Like, obviously,
No, but
so obviously, Liam, do you get where I'm coming from? Like in interviews, he doesn't seem that like feminine. He just seems like a bloke who just, I don't know, does music and just,
To be fair, I haven't really watched him in interviews, but
I mean, obviously in the music videos, and I guess the way he acts a bit on stage is a little bit like, wrist flicky. But it's not. No, but George, just because someone dies from a STD doesn't mean that they're very campy. Yeah, but straight people have had that illness as well, haven't they? Because if a bloke swings for both teams back then and then sleeps with a woman, then a woman gets it and then passes it on to a straight guy, like it can happen to anyone.
yeah.
But no, I don't think he was like a very campy bloke. I just thought like on stage, I guess a little bit, but when he's talking in the interviews, he just seems like a bloke who, I guess, just wanted to just get on with his life. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. You know, sausage and singing.
Anyway, so obviously he was a good piano player, but I do think when I was on the cruise, right, you get a good guitar solo with some of that entertainment, and you can't beat like you'd love to be that guitar player, like it just sounds so.
Should have had to go whooping it for them.
I would have been crap at it, mate. I don't know what I'm doing. But my point is, like, if you could be good at it, that would be the one. But it's close because being a good pianist is pretty rare. All right. Do you want to move on to George's addiction? Then we'll do the news. Liam, the news isn't something that you'll be interested in, but you can stick around if you really want to. It's just sort of like sad drama.
It's very dark and sad.
Yeah.
Sad, yeah.
I thought, yeah,
Should we do that? Should we do that first? Because we don't really want to end the podcast on a sad note about people dying.
It's good if Liam's here for George's addiction. I don't know. Liam, are you okay to stick around while we quickly go over it?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Right, we'll just move on to the news then. I'll try and sum up the first story quick as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So the MMA fighter, Rampage Jackson, and his son, who's a professional, one of his sons who's a pro MMA fighter, Roger Jackson. Basically, there was this wrestling event, and he's like had a streaming career gifted to him because of obviously his dad's hard work in the mixed martial arts world in Pride FC and UFC. By the way, Pride FC, it was a proper organisation, Pride Fight Championship. Because when I've said that to people have thought, what organisation are you talking about there? But I just wanted to clarify that before, in case George makes any silly jokes. But yeah, so it was a promotion in Japan where they're allowed to do a load of steroids. And he actually powerbombed someone in that promotion. That him in a triangle, and he just went, Batista bomb! It was crazy. But yeah, so he had a streaming career on kick gifted to him, his son. Went to the wrestling event, and this wrestler who had a big beard and a beer belly just walked up to him and sort of said, who are you? you know who I am, and it was sort of like he was just doing it as part of the show.
It was kayfabe.
He's like, yeah, exactly. It was kayfabe.
It was part of the show.
Yeah, because goodness gracious, I knew he said I show fear him. He was really sound to the WWE people. So I don't get why I'm comparing Raja to that guy.
I'll bet that kill.
I show speed is just a regular dude. Actually, even if you're fairly strong, like imagine getting speared by one of those behemoths. Like, how are you meant to?
And definitely not Randy Orton of all people.
Yeah, like bro, they're like bloody 6'4" running at you, and bloody oh man, it's horrible. Like they're bloody gigantic, scary beings. So you know, absolute mammoths, behemoths.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was a regular dude, and he got a can, and then he whacked it. He sort of put it on his head, and then went like that to the can, and it was a can of nothing. It was a can of ale. It could have even been just a fake beer can. And then
I think it was a fake one.
Yeah, and then Raja was like, "Why'd you do that for?" And like, if you are going to get angry at a wrestler, just doing push him away or punch him in the shot, punch him in the chest or the shoulder, that was the time to get angry.
Psycho Sid literally apologised 2-3 times.
Yeah, and what was funny on the second and third apology, they both made up. He was like, "Yeah, I understand."
Yeah. Which makes it even more scummy with what he did.
So you fast forward to backstage, this wrestler in a cowboy hat saying to him, "Oh, you can have your receipt and get your own back." But he didn't say beat him to death. He just said, "Oh, you know, you can do a move to him. You know, that's it. It was just part of the fun. Just kayfabe. That's all it was." So anyway, when he's in the crowd, he says, "Look, I'm going to hit him as many times." I don't know if these are the exact words, but he was basically saying along the lines of this.
This was before the event. This was after they made up. The MMA guy was saying, "I'm going to basically hit him as many times as I can," making it premeditated.
So he went in the ring as he turned around, picked him up, slammed him down as hard as possible, and then hit him about 27 times. And after I think after the slam, he was unconscious. So he took 20.
After slamming, because he whacked it on before he was unconscious for 27.
27 unconscious blows. And you've got to understand, like, again, I'm not like George, you understand, like, again, I'm not trying to big myself up or anything, but like, I'm trying to just get people in the right headspace and understand how hard these people hit. You know how hard I hit at karate. I'm not a pro fighter. I'm just
no
for years. Raja, and obviously in other martial arts like Thai boxing and a bit of MMA and Jeet-Kune-Do, I hit very hard, like compared to a normal person. Raja hits way harder than me, bro. He's a pro fighter. So imagine you or me or like, I don't know, Lanky B, for example, like hitting someone on the ground as hard as possible. We're going, especially me with my strength, I'm going to do quite a lot of damage. 27 shots. Now, a professional fighter who's pretty damn big, like he looked quite big standing next to his dad Rampage, who's a heavyweight.
And bear in mind, Psycho Sid is a 40, 50-year-old veteran.
Yeah, Psycho Stu.
Psycho Stu, yeah. He did wrestling because of his PTSD.
Yeah.
From being a veteran.
So that's, you know, it makes it even more sad and tragic. But taking 27 shots off a regular bloke could kill you. Taking 27 shots off a bloke who's trained for years could kill you. And now you've got a pro fighter who trains pretty much all the time. That I'm surprised he survived it, to be honest with you.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the clip where
he was choking on.
What's the name? Jax or something like that. I don't really care what his name is. The MMA fighter, he leaves afterwards, and he gets a call off a guy saying, Psycho Stewart has flatlined in the middle of the ring, and the MMA guy doesn't care. He just goes saying. It just shows I'm not a bitch and I'm a hard man, basically.
Yeah, he says like,
and our people.
You all need to. I'm tired. I'm standing up for myself. What, by sneak attacking someone and basically nearly killing him?
It makes him the biggest coward
he is
of all.
He's a pussy. He's horrible. He's an evil
Yeah,
shit.
and I hope he goes to jail for attempted murder. I really do.
Obviously, I'm not. It's mostly his fault, and he's the evil one. But I'm surprised that the ref just stood there, man. You know, if I was the ref, I know that I'm not going to beat a pro MMA fighter. But if I sort of got behind him and got him in a choke, that could get him off. And maybe I get my ass kicked.
Mate, it took 6 people to get him off.
Well, no,
one guy bit him. One guy head butted him.
Yeah,
and he still was trying to go.
Yeah. So what happened from what I saw? One dude tried to get him and it didn't work. Then another dude did. Then some dude rushed him. The dude didn't he have pink hair? And he like bit him and like pushed him over.
And the guy with the pink hair is the one who had butted him.
That's it. Yeah. I'm not saying I'd win. I'm just saying if I was the ref, I'd want to try and do something, even if I'm going to lose. I don't want to just watch a man die. You know.
You kick him in the head.
Yeah, that's your best chance, isn't it?
Yeah. But then he might be going out after you, maybe.
But to be honest, I know, but then hopefully the rest of the wrestlers come in and help. I don't know. But bro, one of my kicks. You know how hard my kicks were, man. I know you saw.
Yeah.
I think I got a good chance of
well.
one of them. But if that misses, then I'm pretty much dead. Although it's a sneak attack, like bro, against these pro fighters, you can't be trying to have a fair fight. You got to kick that. You got to do the dirtiest tactics possible if someone's life's at risk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, well, you do anything to stop him, really.
Yeah. So he's just an evil shit and a coward. And I hope he gets his MMA license ripped away from him. He had no remorse. A silly wrestler was running after him who apparently was a bit of a dick and made it all about himself completely.
No, what that guy was doing was trying to get him to come back.
Oh,
so when the police and stuff arrived, he'd be there for the police to arrest him. So what he was trying to do, he was trying to piss him off to get him to come back.
Oh, okay, fair enough then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the situation is just absolute utter madness, to be honest with you. And it's sad that he ran away instead of trying to face things like a man. And he's just an absolute coward twat. I don't care how good a fighter he would have been or how tough he is. Sneak attacking people and nearly killing people over a little beer can work. Kayfabe and letting your own bloody chat rage bait you into basically nearly killing a man, scum of the earth prick. And what needs to happen to him? Minimum 50 years in prison with good behaviour.
Yeah. And make him drop the soap a few times, please.
Well, no comment on that bit, but I hope
I want to see him regret it.
I just want him to learn his lesson. So. Yeah, it's evil, horrible, and by the way, earlier I wasn't having a go at that ref. I'm just saying in these situations, I feel like if the wrestlers are willing to risk their lives, why doesn't the ref try and?
Yeah. Well, I know what you mean.
And it's sad that an army veteran had this happen to him.
Yeah, I will say it looks like that Psycho Shoe is stable.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know.
But you still don't know if he might have brain damage or anything like that.
Yeah. We just don't know, do we? Got to pray that it goes all right for him and that he's not in, that he basically just got to pray that he can get back to normal somehow. But obviously, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Just got to, pray for him.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we can't do that with our next story with isn't his name JD? I think.
Well, I just quickly wanted to get up the Rampage tweet because I thought that was just pathetic. I
haven't seen that.
I'm a big fan of Rampage, bro. Like I used to watch a lot of his. I've watched a fair few of his fights. You know me, I'm a big UFC head. I absolutely love mixed martial arts. So it's I understand that this dude's his son. But bro, if I had a son and
I did see this tweet. Yeah, I thought it was pathetic.
Yeah,
pathetic.
So Rampage here saying, I want to clear up the misinformation about my son Raja. I've been confirmed that the wrestler Stuart Smith is awake and stable. Well, how does Rampage know that? Who would have told him that information? It doesn't seem like a good source. Rampage telling you this, because how would he know? Raja unexpectedly hitting the side of the head not moments before the match. It was hours before, so that's a complete lie. I don't get why he's blatantly lying there. That's horrible.
Yeah, the only missing information is what he's putting out.
Yeah, exactly. It's all on video, so Rampage is completely talking out of his arse there. Raja was told that he could get his pay back in the ring. So he wasn't told he could basically beat him to death. That's ridiculous. So what? Like, how does he not know that pro wrestling?
And it was probably like one of the joke things. I said, look, he's done that to you. Yeah, if you do a little something to him in the ring now, not beat him off to death.
Yeah, it was bad judgment that went wrong. No, it was evil, bloody murder, basically attempted murder.
Yes, it was attempted.
Raja is an MMA fighter, not a pro wrestler. So I did try doing pro wrestling for a few weeks, and like in 2016, and I trained martial arts for years. I didn't just start beating people up when it's meant to be something. Like, what? And I'm pretty sure anyone else who's done, like Brock Lesnar, he didn't beat people up for real when he went in the UFC, then came back to WWE. So that's a joke. You should be able to differentiate if fighting is scripted or not. I don't condone his son's actions at all. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago and had no business. So the concussion was apparently a tornado kick that wobbled him a bit, which isn't good. But then why is he doing a stream if his brain's not feeling good? And also, even if he was flatline KO'd, it doesn't excuse this behaviour. Like, my point is, like, even if he got
using it as an excuse, saying, "Oh well, that's the reason he's done this because his brain wasn't right." No, your son's just can't say the word.
Well, he's just an evil prick.
Yes.
As a father, I'm deeply concerned with his health and the well-being of Mr. Smith. That said, I'm very upset that any of this happened. My main concern now is that Mr. Smith will actually. This is just nonsense. This is just like some corporate silliness. I mean, credit to MMA Guru, that was his video, and that was what he got up there. But yeah, absolutely horrible. We've talked for a while, Liam. I know you don't usually like getting involved with drama and stuff. Do you have anything to say about it, the situation?
Not really. No, just seems. I don't know. Just based off what you've said, it just seems terrible.
Yeah, for sure. I just hope he goes to. I hope they don't let Rampage pay millions of dollars. I hope he goes to prison and learns his lesson for 50 years or more. He needs to get.
I think if Rampage does bail him out, the amount of people who'll probably going to attack his son, because people will do that, and then they probably will go and attack him and beat him up for this.
Yeah. I mean. Again, I just hope he's not bailed. I hope he goes to prison for 50 or more years and has a lot of time to think about himself and gets his youth and middle-aged times robbed from him, because that's what he deserves. And what I mean by that is that he's stuck in prison. I don't mean for someone to go and kill him and rob the rest of his life. But I just want him to come out as an old man and not have anything left.
Yeah.
That's what he deserves.
Alone and miserable.
Yeah. And... do you want to talk about the French bloke who unfortunately passed away? Because I don't really know a lot about it. But yeah, I just wish. Sorry, I just want to say one last thing. I wish Stuart a speedy recovery, and I do feel bad for Rampage because it's got to be horrible seeing your son doing this evil shit. But same time, you can't be trying to justify and excuse his actions. So that's horrible, stupid of Rampage, and I have lost a bit of respect for him there. But yeah, so what were you saying, George?
So I think his name on Twitch was JD, and he was a French streamer, and he wasn't one in the head. He had special needs, and he had a heart problem, and he was friends with these two guys. I can't think what their name is now. James, I don't know if you can go to the video I sent you. The name will probably be in the comments. But I can't think of the name of the main guy. But I'll call him guy 1 and guy 2. So guy 1 and guy 2 were basically and not letting him leave. They'd read his text messages. That they'd basically keep him away from his family, and they basically torture him on live stream. They'd choke him. They'd hit him. They'd like really abuse him, and so he was doing a 10-hour, not 10-hour, a 10-day, like 24-hour stream, and he wasn't getting like a full night's rest. They'd like wake him up in the middle of the night, like tipping water on him, or like waking him up in some weird way, basically torturing him for 10 days straight. And on the 10th day, he went into cardiac arrest on stream, died on stream, and the chat was telling guy one and guy two to see if he's okay and wake him up. And do you want to know how they did that?
What?
They threw a bottle at his head.
Well, a bunch of evil
See,
scumbags, man.
to see if he'd wake up. And
Absolutely
of course, he
tragic.
didn't wake up because he was dead. And what it
Well,
looks like is they tampered with the body, moved it to another place, then called the police and an ambulance, and basically it said that they weren't there when they obviously were basically sleeping right next to him on live streams.
Mm.
And so this poor guy who had basically been tortured, and he wanted to go back home to his mum and things like that, and they were basically stopping him, saying that they cut all the money off from him, and he'd never get any money again, and they just wouldn't let him leave.
Hopefully those
And
guys
this poor man,
life then. Hopefully they get
I think everyone hopes so.
Yeah, I hope they get
And
life.
seeing both, yeah, and they've all already been banned off Kick, but the French Kick X account was promoting these streams like daily,
Horrible.
and so Kick knew what was going on. They just decided to promote it because these guys were the most watched and subscribed to on Kick.
I guess it's anything
Or Kick
with
France, yeah.
with these people.
And it was this poor guy, JD, who was just being beaten and died because of them. But going into cardiac arrest, and just days before, his mum was pleading with him to leave, and he was saying, I want to leave, but they won't let me.
Yeah, it's just heartbreaking, man, that this two
It's
basically who didn't
it's
know what
awful.
was going on, who had learning difficulties, got killed in a horrible way and died confused. It's just absolutely tragic and heartbreaking, and it's all for the.
If you want to go and watch it, and not watch it like an actual stream, but want to see all the information about it, it's definitely worth going and watching Internet Versus video on it because they really do expose the evil two guys that killed him.
Yeah, well, I'll
And it's
try.
just such a shame.
Unless there's anything else you want to say, we.
Hang on a second.
I don't know what's happened to GC there. I was going to ask if we can move on to George's addiction, to be honest.
Yeah, we can in a second. I'm just doing something.
Fair enough. Yeah, Liam, thank you for sticking around patiently. Let's do George's addiction. George. The George had a malfunction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still here. I'm just trying to find something.
So many screenshot opportunities this stream.
The guy's name who died is JP, and I can't find his actual name, but the guy who killed him was called Naruto.
Okay, it's horrible.
Yeah, so I just wanted to let people know that that's who it died.
All right. Well, are you
That's
okay
something fun.
to move
After
on to
death
something more
tour.
positive? Yeah, move
Yeah.
something more positive with the George's addiction.
Yep. So here's number one. So again, the right angle, so it's up straight there. You go. And I'll show you the inside, so you know it's what it is.
Yeah.
We got that one. And this one.
Oh, another TARDIS. Okay.
I've got two of these two, but one's downstairs. I've only got the one up here, and you've already seen him tonight. But it's the chocolate Daleks.
Oh.
And what's different? This one instead of a plunger, he's got the claw, as you can see there. And instead of the normal gun, he has a machine gun or a Gatling gun on the end instead.
Yeah.
So, any ideas how much all of that cost me?
Child.
James just got really like that out for me.
The same, yeah.
I think James, have you died or something? Oh, I heard something there.
Hello.
Have we both lost him, or is it just on my end?
Now it's me as well. Yeah, it's froze.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
there's something.
movement, but it's froze still. Oh God, that was creepy. Bloody hell! Did you see that?
that was really weird.
Oh God, that was creepy.
What's going
Just
on?
moved a bit of it. Okay, you are moving now. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Hello.
Yeah, we can see you now.
Very out of sync there.
Right, can you hear me
Yeah, we can hear you, but yeah, out of sync. I was out of sync, and you're like, yeah, in like 8-bit.
I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, quality's not great.
Oh, for fuck's sake, no!
I heard that. No.
Right, all those items together, I'm going to guess £52.
52, okay, Liam.
How many Daleks were there?
2 Daleks in the set, and then the 2 TARDISes separately. I will say they're both the same colour and the same look, just different name tags up here.
I'm going to say 45.
And the answer is 67.
Damn, I'm shocked.
James, it's the closest.
Yeah, I'm shocked it was 67, but there you go.
Well, the one TARDIS was 20, the other TARDIS was 25, and then the Daleks were 22.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can nicely end that one there. I suppose it's nice all three of us got to reunite on a podcast.
Yeah, and we're just about to reach a 2 hour mark as well.
So no, this is 2 minutes out of time. We've already reached it, but
Oh, damn it.
yeah. So yeah, it's cool that we're all back at it again. Yeah. Any final messages or thoughts you guys want to say?
I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have in store for your movies.
Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, would you guys ever want to do the Back to the Future trilogy one day?
Yeah, I've got it. I've got the special edition of all them in it, like a steelbook.
Oh, nice. What about you, Liam?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I've only watched the 3 once. I remember we had to watch it when I did media at GCSE.
No,
So
that's pretty good.
it's been like probably 10 years since I watched them.
Yeah. Well, we'll nicely end that one there then. All we got to say for today. Thank you all for watching. Take care. Have a good one. See you later.